The photos you are taking and the information that you are gathering will be used to market this material on our online marketplace. Buyers will use this information and your photos to determine their pricing. Accuracy is very important. Always confirm the joint count against the provided inventory. If there is a discrepancy, confirm your count with your on-site contact and make clear notes on the inventory. Any changes to the data provided to you, such as on-site contact information, location information, rack numbers, or material descriptions and condition, must be noted and provided via email. When conducting the inspection, have a printout of the inventory, a clipboard, a pen, and a paint marker. Pipe yards and most oil and gas facilities require personal protective equipment to enter the property. Always confirm the required equipment when scheduling your inspection with the on-site contact. Standard personal protective equipment includes steel-toed boots, hard hat, safety vest, safety glasses, gloves. It's also helpful to have a rag to clear any stencils or pipe markings and a pipe wrench to help remove thread protectors. Photos can be taken with a digital camera or with the camera on your phone. Set your device to a high-resolution setting. Do not take any photos in the portrait mode. You must turn your phone on its side and take all your photos in the landscape mode. Photos taken in the portrait mode will not be accepted and you will not be paid for your work. When taking your photos, steady your hand and allow your camera to focus on the subject. Your photos must be clear and in focus. Do your best to avoid capturing your shadow or other people in your photos. Most pipe yards have rack numbers for their material. Always ask your escort to provide you with the rack number if you do not have one on your inventory or one is not displayed in the yard. Physically write down the rack number next to the material on the inventory. The rack number should be the first photo that you take of the material. If there is not a rack number displayed, write the rack number down on the material and take your first photo. If there is not a rack number for the material, simply number the item on your inventory and then physically write that same number on the material and take your first photo. When you finish with this material, move to the next item, give the next item a different number, and repeat the process. You do not need to take the photos in the order of the inventory. As long as you provide us with a clearly marked version of the inventory, we can match the photos. Your first photo should always be the rack number or a unique number that you have assigned to the material. Your next photo should show the volume of the material. Move back to get as much of the material in one shot. Sometimes your space is limited. Do your best. Locate any markings, stencils, or labels on the pipe and take clear photos. Sometimes more than one photo will be required to capture all the information. Take a photo even if the stencil is worn or hard to read. If the rack contains multiple joints of the same material, you only need to capture one photo of the stencil. If there is more than one type of material on the rack, do your best to capture information for each type. Next, take some general photos of the material. If you are looking at a large rack, walk down the rack taking photos to show volume. If you are able, take photos across the pipe to show length. Thread protectors on casing with an outer dimension of 10 inches or less must be removed to show the condition of the threads. Most thread protectors can be removed by hand, but some may require you to use a pipe wrench. Open the wrench to the width of the thread lip, slip the wrench over the lip, and use the wrench as a lever to loosen the protector. Remove the thread protectors on both the box and pin side of the pipe. Always replace the thread protectors after you have taken your photos. The thread photos should be taken close to show the condition of the threads. Take photos from multiple angles. Steady your hand to ensure that the photos are in focus. For material without threads, the edge photos are very important to show the condition of the pipe. Take multiple pictures of the edges. Be sure to clearly show that a pipe has been torch cut or if it has an attachment on either end. You must photograph both edges of the pipe. Once all your photos have been taken, move to the next item and repeat the process. Remember that your first photo should always be the rack number or a unique number that you have assigned to the material.